Hi everybody, it's Mackenzie and I am here to do a quick breastfeeding update. So Nehemiah is 8 weeks old, almost 2 months. Here he is. Hi guys. And we are still breastfeeding. So I did a video a couple weeks ago on having mastitis and how I was getting through that, or how I had just gotten through that, something like that, and said that I would do another update soon. So this is like the overall how breastfeeding has been going from the time we had him. So when Nehemiah was born, he did not latch on right away. He was very, very sleepy. And after a couple of hours, finally, he decided to nurse. He has had a great latch and been very good at nursing ever since then. He does not nurse as often as Josiah did when he was a baby. He goes about an hour and a half to 3 hours during the day, and at night he goes 4 to 5 hours. He's done very, very well, and I started pumping when he was about 3 or 4 days old for relief, and I've continued to do so. If you guys watch my videos, you know I'm always a little bit paranoid that I'm just going to dry up or something. So I like to pump extra just as backup, and it helps me feel better, and hey, I'm burning more calories, so why not? Anyways, I started pumping in the mornings when I woke up, and also before I went to bed at night, just so that I wouldn't get too full at night. And then when he was, I think it was 4 weeks old, that's when I got mastitis. Now, I'm not sure how I got mastitis, because the most common reason why is just that you skipped a feeding, or you weren't feeding as much, or you're supplementing with formula, or trying to wean, and none of that was going on whatsoever. He, was still nursing all the time. I was still pumping twice a day as well, and I got mastitis, and I just really, really wanted to get over that. So I started pumping 3 times a day to make sure I was empty, just to get past the mastitis. And thankfully, after I think it was about 4 days, mastitis was gone and we were feeling better. But I read that, mastitis, it is common if it's going to come back, that it comes back in the next 2 weeks. So since I had it, I have not been brave enough to stop pumping that extra time, and I've always wanted to pump a little extra, but I am currently pumping like 16 to 18 ounces extra a day on top of what I am just nursing. So that was not necessarily on purpose. That's because, after 4 days of throwing in an extra pumping session, my body got the idea that I needed to make that much milk. Then I was afraid to try to cut it back at all, because I didn't want to get mastitis again. So I've just continued to pump, and I've donated about 220 ounces so far, and I have about 450 ounces in my freezer just waiting for the person I'm donating to come get it. So yes, and so we are donating breast milk, because I just make a ton. And like I said, I was a little scared to stop, and I was kind of like, pumping is a pain, but once I found someone who needed it and could use it, it's not a pain anymore. It's like nice that I'm able to do it. So otherwise, breastfeeding is going really good. He nurses well. Sometimes, I think it's coming out too fast, and he gets a little bit choked up on it, but he's doing really well. He's gained plenty of weight. He is, at his 6-week appointment, and so he was like 6 weeks and 4 days, he was 13 pounds and 5 ounces, which is exactly what Josiah was too. So they're like really on the same growth scale as of now. And yeah, he's just gaining plenty of weight. He's happy, he's healthy, and we're just doing very well with the breastfeeding. I'm very happy with it. And so I plan to breastfeed as long as he will let me, and just keep going from there. Anyways, that is how breastfeeding is going. I did notice that he does have a tongue tie like Josiah did and a lip tie, but it does not seem to be affecting his breastfeeding at all. In fact, he's a whole lot easier nursing than Josiah ever was. I don't know if that's anything I'm going to mess with or not, but that's something we noticed. And I'm not sure if that had something to do with mastitis. The other thing I noticed was on the breast that I got mastitis in, he only wanted to nurse in the football position. So I don't know if that had something to do with it either, or if it's because I had mastitis that he started doing that. But that's what happened. If you have any questions, I really believe the first 2 months of breastfeeding is the hardest, and after that, it's like usually a piece of cake. But if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer. And we will see you in our next update. Bye.